Imagine a place where the mailman flies a plane to work and kids attend school over the radio. A place so ridiculously big that a single farm is larger than the country of Belgium, and a fence longer than the Great Wall of China cuts the continent in half. This isn't a fantasy world. These are the unbelievable truths of Australia's outback, where reality is far stranger than any movie. First up, the sheer size of the outback is hard to comprehend. It covers a staggering 5.6 million square kilometers, which is nearly 70% of the Australian continent. You could fit India inside it and still have room to spare. This immense, sparsely populated space is the foundation for everything that makes the outback so unique. The outback is home to the world's largest working cattle station, Anna Creek Station. It's larger than the entire country of Belgium. But here's the wild part. Because the land is so arid, this colossal property can only support a relatively small number of cattle, managed by a tiny team who use planes just to spot the animals. On some outback highways, like the famous Nullarbor Plain, you can drive for over 1,200 kilometers without seeing a single town. To combat the monotony and the very real danger of falling asleep at the wheel, authorities have put up quirky road signs. You'll see warnings for kangaroos, wombats, and camels all at once, or signs that just say, "Drowsy drivers die." It's a uniquely Australian solution to life-threatening boredom. How do kids get an education when the nearest school is hours away? They tune in. Since the 1950s, the School of the Air has connected the outback's most isolated children. What started with lessons over crackly two-way radios is now a virtual classroom with satellite internet and live video, connecting students across 1 million square kilometers. In many parts of the outback, there's no mail truck. Instead, the legendary flying mail service uses small planes that hop between remote stations, landing on dirt airstrips to deliver mail and supplies. It's a vital lifeline, and for many people, the pilot's visit is their main connection to the outside world. The outback is brutally hot. The official record was set in Oodnadatta, South Australia, which hit a blistering 50.7 degrees Celsius, 123 degrees Fahrenheit. A record that was later equaled in Onslow, Western Australia. That's hot enough for birds to literally fall dead out of the sky. This extreme heat led to the creation of one of the world's most unusual towns. Welcome to Coober Pedy, the opal capital of the world, where over half the population lives underground to escape the heat. Their homes, called dugouts, are carved into hillsides, where the temperature stays a comfortable 23 degrees Celsius year-round. No air conditioning needed. The town also has underground churches, hotels, shops, and bars. As if the heat wasn't enough, try spider rain. After heavy floods or during certain times of the year, millions of tiny spiders use a survival trick called ballooning, releasing silk threads to be carried by the wind. When this happens on a mass scale, it looks like spiders are falling from the sky, and the ground becomes draped in a ghostly blanket of webs nicknamed angel hair. When you think of camels, you should think of the outback. Australia has the world's largest population of wild camels, with estimates suggesting around 300,000. Though some believe it could be as high as 1 million. Brought over for transport in the 19th century and later released, their numbers exploded with no natural predators. Today, they're considered a major pest, causing millions in damage. Kangaroos are a beloved national symbol, but they are also everywhere. With a population that can be as high as 50 million, they outnumber Australia's human population nearly 2 to 1. In the vast spaces of the outback, their numbers create a uniquely Australian problem, especially on the roads. All right, we're halfway through. And we've already covered flying mailmen and raining spiders. If you're finding these facts as wild as I am, do me a favor and hit that like button.
And if you want more unbelievable stories from around the globe, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing.
Now, speaking of Australian icons and the problems they cause, driving at dawn or dusk in the outback is a high-stakes gamble with kangaroos, who have a terrifying habit of jumping in front of cars. Hitting one can destroy a vehicle. That's why nearly every Outback car has rubars, heavy-duty steel guards that protect the engine from a massive impact. It's not an accessory, it's essential survival gear. In a medical emergency, you don't call an ambulance. You call the Royal Flying Doctor Service. This charity operates a fleet of aircraft, providing everything from emergency evacuations to dental checkups across millions of square kilometers. Each year, they fly the equivalent of 34 trips to the moon and back. Australia is home to one of the longest man-made structures on Earth, the Dingo Fence. It stretches for an incredible 5,614 kilometers across 3 states, longer than the continuous sections of the Great Wall of China. Its sole purpose is to keep dingoes away from sheep flocks in the country's southeast. The Dingo Fence tackled one animal problem, but it's nothing compared to Australia's rabbit plague. In 1859, just 24 European rabbits were released for hunting. With no predators, their population exploded to an estimated 10 billion at their peak, though today, that number is closer to 200 million. They've caused unimaginable environmental damage, and Australia has been fighting a war against them ever since, even using viruses to control their numbers. With virtually zero light pollution, the Outback has some of the most spectacular night skies on Earth. The Milky Way isn't a faint cloud, it's a brilliant river of stars, stretching from horizon to horizon, so bright it feels like you could touch it. Entire regions are now protected as dark sky reserves. The Outback is known for massive dust storms called haboobs. These are towering walls of red soil, sometimes kilometers high, that roll across the landscape and swallow everything. Visibility can drop to 0 instantly, turning the sky an apocalyptic orange and grounding flights. How do you land a plane in an emergency with no airport nearby? You use the highway. Many straight stretches of Outback Road are officially designated as emergency airstrips for the Royal Flying Doctor Service. You might be driving along and see runway markings on the pavement, because that's exactly what it is. The landscape is often dotted with strange, tombstone-like towers. These are magnetic termite mounds, some standing over 3 meters tall. Incredibly, they are all built on a precise north-south axis. This clever alignment minimizes sun exposure, acting as a natural air conditioner that helps regulate the temperature for the millions of termites inside. It sounds otherworldly, but the Outback has naturally vibrant pink lakes, like Lake Hillier. This surreal, bubblegum pink color isn't from pollution. It comes from a perfect storm of high salinity, salt-loving algae, and specific pink bacteria living in the water. We end with one of nature's most terrifying sights, the fire tornado. During intense bushfires, a column of superheated air can combine with specific wind conditions and start to rotate, forming a spinning vortex of flame. In 2003, a catastrophic fire event near Canberra produced the first documented fire tornado in Australia, which was rated with the intensity of an EF3 tornado and had winds over 160 miles per hour. A fiery cyclone, and a final, terrifying testament to the Outback's untamable power. From a fence longer than China's Great Wall to underground towns and tornadoes made of fire, the Australian Outback is more than an empty spot on the map. It's a testament to the extremes of nature and the incredible ingenuity of the life that calls it home, proving that reality is often stranger than you could ever imagine. What do you think? Which of these 20 facts blew your mind the most? Was it the raining spiders or the world's biggest farm? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. Thanks for watching.